Welcome to the shit show.
It is the first All Elite Wrap-Up for 2026. It's January 1, 2026. Tom, I hope you had a fun New Year's Eve.
Let's just get right to it. I love this year. I love this year so much. 2025 ended on a bang, so we've got a lot of momentum going towards 2026. I mean, look at it. First off, Willow Nightingale is our new TBS champion, taking down Mercedes Moné. Shout out. Had to put on the shirt.
Hell yeah.
So I've got my
shirt.
Willow Nightingale shirt.
That's an awesome shirt.
Yeah, this is an awesome shirt. The other thing that's so awesome about 2026 is I'm wearing this shirt. And Tim, what shirt are you wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear. What?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I know, some technical difficulties. What shirt are you wearing?
Yeah. Did you see Liverpool Chad is in the chat? He says, hey, guys, how are you doing today, and how close were the picks? I think Moxie was a factor. Man, Willow won, like you said.
Yeah, and so what shirt are you wearing?
2026 is the,
Yeah, it's the best year because I'm wearing this shirt. And what shirt are you wearing?
You raggedy bitch.
God damn, you're not going to let this die, are you?
No, I'm not. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. What shirt are you wearing?
This Jeff Jarrett shirt, this shitty. Look at this thing, man. God damn it, Tom. I don't like you anymore. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, no one usually does, but you're wearing that shirt, and it makes me happy.
Look, this is what we're talking about off-center. Look, I'm just wearing the shirt. Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. What the fuck is that? Come on. What? Jeff, you suck. And more on that later. We're going to talk about Jeff, but damn it, man. Yeah, so I suck apparently at picks. Man, the first match, Okada out the gate. I just like, fuck, I'd pick Takeshita to win the whole goddamn Continental Classic. Fuck there, I'm going to, damn it.
Which,
here we are.
By the way, though, we did get our worst fear confirmed. Before we get into the show, let's just quickly talk about that. We did get our worst fear confirmed because Jon Moxley, anyone who didn't watch pay-per-view, spoiler, I guess, but Jon Moxley won the Continental Classic, and as you saw last night on Dynamite, they are billing him as the Continental Champion, holding the belt and doing eliminator matches for the championship, which, no.
Yeah, because I just feel like it cheapens the whole tournament to me.
Yeah, because what if Josh Alexander beats him next week? I mean, I know Moxley won, but let's say Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin beats him next week. Well, then he didn't have to go through the tournament.
Exactly.
So, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like the only people they should be able to defend it against are people that were in the Continental Classic.
Now, actually, if you did want to say that, that would be a caveat where I would be acceptable of the championship. If you said for a calendar year, anyone who wants to challenge for this title had to have been in the previous year's tournament, right?
Yeah.
So then it's Moxley can defend against Takeshita or Okada or Fletcher or Roderick Strong, but he cannot defend against Bobby Lashley or
have
Kenny
some
Omega.
way to make that like a justification that they get a title shot, right? This just feels like Moxley could just be like, I don't like Mike Bailey, so tonight, titles on the line, and it's fuck what?
And again, I'm starting one of my New Year's resolutions mentally for myself and for this podcast is for me not to always consider the casual fan because I don't give a shit, right? Like, watch it or don't, right? However, if I were introducing AEW to a person who has never watched it before, right?
Potential casual fan.
How could I tell them the difference between Ricochet and Moxley, the national champion and the Continental Classic champion? Like, one won a tournament, the other one just
either
won.
person could defend against anybody else in this company. I could even a woman could come in and challenge for either one of these titles. In all reality, so like who could not? Who is excluded from either one of these titles?
Yeah, and so as Liverpool chat says, way too many titles in the mid card. I would just say way too many titles. There's just way too many. It's nah, I don't like it. Nope.
I agree with you. I agree, especially for, look, when WWE is running Raw, SmackDown. They had a side show for each, and pay-per-views for each. Okay, right? You got a bunch of titles. I get you.
Because you can explain it. Hey, this is the SmackDown champion. That is the Raw champion. And, like, I can explain that. I can't explain the national champion versus the TBS champion versus the TNT champion versus the Continental champion.
None of them. Yeah, all of them. That's what I mean. They all can, everybody can challenge for all of them. It's just titles. It's just titles that are out there.
Yeah.
Another person in the chat says, it's at the El Juggalo says, whoop, whoop. What's going on?
That's your people. Yeah, that's your people.
I love the Juggalos over here.
Yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorite moments of this podcast history is talking about how that one tried to drop kick Fred Durst and missed.
Oh, man. Shaggy. Yeah. I told you the backup story to that, right? When he told like how that happened and what went down. Yeah, it's good times. Good times. He said, honestly, you'll have an easier time explaining the JCW championship belts. Boy, we had a JCW experience when GCW came to Kansas City.
That old bastard.
What was that, old man, whatever?
I don't know. Listen, he's probably dead now.
I am an ICP and Juggalo music fan for the record, but I don't follow JCW much, right? And
we saw it that night.
Been tuned out, honestly, of even the music scene for a while, honestly, because I'm just an old guy, right? But I don't listen to much music religiously anymore. But this JCW experience, old man Pondo, am I saying this right?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
something.
I don't know.
He was
bleeding all types of hepatitis all over that place, and we had to take a step back. I think we went to go get a drink because we were like, we're not going to stay around.
Because we had front row, and we're like, I'm not going to have a dead person fall in my hand. So like, we're getting fucking back here.
At one point, we were like, what were we saying to Willie? We were like, hell, stop, don't let him do this. You start yelling, you're like, don't let him get up, make him stay down.
Willie's like, he's going to do what he does.
He's going to do what he does.
But, so this episode of the All Elite Wrap-Up for January 1st, 2026, we are going to do a 2025 year-end recap award show since it is
First thing we do for the new year is talk about the old.
Well, it's actually good that we did because last night's Dynamite episode, you could technically say someone had a breakout year now as a double champion. But who knows? Who knows if that person makes it into our list? But we've got a list. We're going to do our standard. Everyone knows the standard, the male, the female, tag team, all that. But we also got some silly ones. And I guess let's just get right into it, Tim, with our silliest of silly ones. The first award for our AEW Wrap-Up year-end award show. Tim, introduce the first
I'm excited for
category.
This one. Follow along, if you will, in the chat. Everybody in the chat, you can chime in with what your thoughts were on this. You can also send us emails or get at us on the Blue Sky. Check out our website, allelitewrapup.com, for all of those links. This one, I feel like, look, we love AEW, right? We don't want, I mean, we're obviously All Elite Wrap-Up. Look, we're tied to this branding. We love them. We don't talk about the other show on this, right? Other than, you know, things that happened, Hulk Hogan died in 2025, like that happened, right? So we talk about that, but, like, we stand for him, as the kids say, right? But we're critical, right? We don't glaze, right? Am I saying this stuff right, kids?
I don't know about that part. Are you talking about donuts? Glazed donuts? I like a glazed donut. Because I think it is important to say, hey, we can be, like, you don't have to love every single thing about your favorite thing, right?
Correct.
The Chiefs right here, I hate their running back situation, right? But I still love the Chiefs. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can be critical and still love the thing, and it's not like you're a hater. It's just certain things you don't like, you know?
Yeah, certain things you don't like. So, speaking of, our first award for the 2025 All Elite Wrap-Ups. Do we have a name for these yet? Are these the Rappies? Tom?
The Rappies.
It's the stupidest moment of the year. All right? Look, I've got a winner. I've got a runner-up. I've got an honorable mention. I'm assuming you've got some of the same. Where do we want to go? You want to do this first? Are you hot? You got a hot take? You want me to go? What do you got?
Well, so I will kind of start a little bit outside of the box because it's not necessarily a moment, although the moment also was dumb. But I'm going to encompass by saying the Young Bucks reuniting with Kenny Omega. It is the stupidest moment because if you forgot, at the pay-per-view, they did a cage match where the Young Bucks were having chairs hitting at Kenny Omega's hands to keep him away as the Death Riders killed Will Ospreay. And now they're going to be like, but hey, Don Callis is a bad person. Man, No way. That's my stupidest moment.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, Young Bucks reuniting. Hated it.
That's not a bad one. I didn't have that on my list, and I should have included that. At the El Juggalo says Willie Mack and Colt Cabana were on JCW this year along with Matt Cardona. I think that's what we saw. Yeah, that's what
we saw Matt Cardona. We didn't see Colt Cabana, but we saw
did
Matt
not see
Cardona.
Colt and Willie Mack.
We saw Too Cold Scorpio, which is a
Too Cold Scorpio. That was fun.
Personal favorite of mine,
Yep. And then we saw some kid who did not want to be there. His parents definitely drug him out.
I don't want.
Literally had his head in his hands. It's like, look, kid, I get you. Some of this might be unnerving, but
fucking
get up and walk around, you know?
Yeah.
Take a smoke break like we used to do back then. All right. All right. My stupidest moment of the year is, I'm wearing the shirt, Tom. I said we're going to talk about him. Jeff Jarrett had a goddamn serious world title run in 2025. What in the fuck was that about?
Well, feud. He didn't win the championship.
Okay. Yeah, but like, he had like
Yeah.
This thing where people are like, will he, won't he? Like, no, goddamn it, no.
Yeah.
No.
That was in consideration as well. The storyline he had with MJF, as if we needed to waste time for MJF with Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, that was very dumb.
This was dumb.
Very bad.
All right, so I need to know what some of your runner-ups, honorable mentions are. We can just hit the notes here. You don't got to go too crazy. What did you have?
Yeah. Runner-up was Mercedes Moné and the Belt Collector.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care about your South Mississippi Mud Flap Championship.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit. Don't care. That was one. And then
Austrian Reich title. Like,
And then I had Jeff Jarrett as a, why is Jeff Jarrett on my TV? That was the moment. It was just, why is Jeff Jarrett on my TV? That was my theory.
My runner-up was Death Riders kidnapped the Rock and Roll Express. You remember that happened?
Yeah. They're like, oh, we're going to kill these motherfuckers. Yeah.
And then I threw, as the honorable mention, MJF joining the Hurt Syndicate. I think he did fun with that, but like that just ended up.
Yeah, just bad.
Yeah, could have been good, but didn't. Liverpool chat always joins in on the Moné hate. Says Moné sucks ass.
She's just, again, if anyone's new to our show, thank you so much for taking the chance on us in 2026. We will always clarify Mercedes Moné's matches are top notch, some of the best.
Such as last night.
Yeah, you could put her matches in match of the year categories, but her character is the butt cheeks. It is just not good. Not good at all.
Hold on, man. I like some butt cheeks. We gotta find a better reference.
You don't want to be butt cheeks. You know what I mean?
They're the wrestling fan butt cheeks. And then, all right, never mind.
Right, yeah.
Never mind. All right. Let's get into another one that I don't think we've ever done this one yet, but AEW is sort of sinking its teeth into this. I don't know what the word is. It's violence, right? They're becoming more.
It's their identity.
Unashamed violence, right? So we're going to go into most violent moment of the year, and I'll go first on this one because you went first on the last one. Sure. Man, there was a lot of violent moments, right? There's so many to choose from.
We saw some in person.
The one that I think of the most and that just hits me and that like would be like the most, I think violent in a way where I could show it to a non-fan, they wouldn't be turned off by it. And it's the Hollywood ending. Tony Storm, Mariah May.
Ooh.
Just like, you know what I mean? Just all the blood, the ending of it all, the just all of it, right? That all just felt like it felt like not just violence for violence. It wasn't just syringe in the mouth to end the match. Yeah, no offense to that, but like, it all felt like it had a purpose, meant something, storyline. I think so did my runner-up, came pretty close with some of that, but this just took it to the edge for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. I did not have that one in my violent moment of the year. But if you remember, Toni Storm, much like Sky Blue, cut herself way too deep, way too early, and was like, oh, fuck. And she was like doing a lot of this during the match. Yeah, I agree. That one was definitely up there. Okay, so my most violent moment of 2025 is something that actually I feel like was unplanned. And that is the spike hanging off the back of Jon Moxley after Copeland did the suplex on him. And then he tried to get up. And they had to have like Yuta come into the ring, like, get this out of his back because it was just hanging off of it.
No, and this is interesting. I think, maybe we even took this to mean like, like specific moment. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the most just. And
Yeah.
props to Moxley for knowing, like, I got to make this the moment. I can't just lay on the ground and wait for somebody to pull this out of my back, just laying here in the fetal position.
Yeah.
I got to get up and fucking... You don't even got to act in that moment, right?
Yeah.
You just got to be like, look, this hurts! Fuck!
Because also, if you rewatch that moment, a low key funny moment of that moment is if you watch the ref, you could tell it was unplanned because he looks at Yuta and was like, I don't know what to do.
He's like, I don't know what I can do. I don't know. Was that Bryce? I can't remember.
I think
was it
so.
Bryce?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but yeah, if you rewatch it, watch him. It was so funny. So yeah, that is
my
my
runner-up
moment.
was the death match with Moxley and Hangman. So I'm kind of thinking more like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
just,
Yeah.
I guess moment versus like, but like just that also kind of the. I think with the crescendo of the little hanging, right, and the kind of giving up on the quest. I've said this before, where that wasn't just the Hangman redemption arc; that was the Death Rider storyline. That kind of, you know what I mean, just conflict, max point, right at the same time. So I just thought that was good.
Yeah, and I like it. We can again, it's your awards, it's my awards, and then we get feedback from whoever would like to put it in the chat or send us an email. So my runner-up moment goes to the Styles clash that Will Ospreay did to Kyle Fletcher on the thumbtacks, which was basically throwing your nutsack into thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Fucking sucked, man.
I had Darby Allin burning John Moxley at All Out. Right?
Oh,
he just fucking lit him on fire and body bag. It was like, there you go.
The moment I said that I would considered because we saw it live, and I think it hit me more live than
the waterboarding.
Well, so everyone talks about the waterboarding. It was actually earlier in the match when John Moxley was putting those skewers underneath his fucking fingernails.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. We were there at that. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I remember being there and just being like, looking around at other people being like, God damn, we all fucking pay money for this.
Yeah. Oh, Liverpool chat also has a good one here too. Marina Shafir walking barefoot in the broken glass and the thumbtacks. Yeah, that one. Oh, fuck.
Listen, Marina Shafir, I don't have her on any of my awards, but I'll give this, like, definitely I would say improved her status and stance in the company, right? Like,
I don't hate her.
I would say we used to just be like, geez, please just get her off.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with this. It was Vicky
don't hate
Guerrero
her.
heat. But now I think like you've said, they have fine-tuned her role and put her in position to do good things. Yep.
I will say
Theo
last
was
night
in the chat.
Yeah, I will say one thing though that I would ask them to clarify going into 2026. How does she communicate? Because every time we hear her do a promo, she's speaking Russian or some language that I'm not familiar with. And it's
Do
like,
they just
so
know Russian? Claudio's.
Okay, something. Yeah, is the
that's what it is.
Because tell me if is it a translate thing or does she know English but she just says fuck you? You don't get the English from me. Like, clarify that moment for me.
Yep. Theo P shouting out the Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas, which I think we touched on a little bit of that.
Might not happen. Did you hear
really?
about that?
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Because Kansas ain't got no money.
Well, local officials are saying we're not going to pay for all of this, and
Oh
So
yeah.
So
Good. I mean, look.
Because complete side note, this has actually happened once before. If you recall, the New England Patriots, who were in Boston, were about to move to Connecticut to the point where they did the fucking Jersey, whatever year it was. And then Boston said, no, stay here. And they caved, and then they stayed in Boston. So, look, Kansas is a dumb shit state, but Missouri's right there with them. So
they both are.
Yeah.
So listen, I obviously, like, we both know, like, look, whatever side of wherever it's at, it's not good for that place when they had to pay for it, right? So like this idea that it's coming to Kansas, because I'm on the Kansas side, Tom's on the Missouri side over there. Like, sure, it might, because of my unique situation of where I personally live, might benefit my property value, but like outside of that, like everything else for the fucking city is gonna be shit. You know what I mean? Like everything's going to get expensive. Property tax is going to go up like fucking crazy, which I mean, look, it already has. But But yeah, like, it ain't good. So, like, the one thing for the Metro, like, if you're anywhere in the Metro, at least, like, if you're in the Missouri side, the one thing is, like, well, at least you motherfuckers can pay for it now. Like, at least, like, you're still within driving distance of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here on the Kansas side going, like, I don't know that we really fucking want to pay for this. Like, Missouri still wants it. I'm fine fucking letting them have it.
I know.
God
Fucking
damn.
dumb.
We'll see.
Anyhow,
We'll
yeah,
see. It could
there
be
you go.
the Olathe, it could be the Olathe Chiefs, could be the Ottawa Chiefs, like the OP's saying. Mm-hmm. Could be the damn, what's that?
Make it the
City
Omaha
up there in
Chiefs.
Nebraska. Yeah, the Omaha Chiefs, right?
Fucking, I'll drive there. That's okay.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Well, that's about as often as I would go to a Chiefs game. So
Yeah. Look, I drive 2 hours to go to a K-State game. What's another hour to go to the Chiefs one? Yeah.
Exactly.
Omaha Chiefs. All right. Anyway, back on the train here, unless you had more to say on the violence of the year. It was a good violent year, though.
Very violent year. I mean, Darby Allin, you could just make a you know what? We didn't have names for these awards, but you could call this the Darby Allin Tribute Most Violent Moment of the Year award, because it was just Darby Allin. You could just, he got thrown downstairs 2 different times this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just like, why not, you know?
And it didn't make our list.
Yeah. Most violent moment of the year. Darby Allin twice was like throwing down the stairs, and was like, nah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't even want to honorably mention this.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Oh, man.
All right. Another great thing AEW does well is promos, right? There were a lot of great promos this year, and we want to talk about promo of the year. So, Tom, what was your promo of the year?
This one was hard. So I'll tell you my runner-up, and then I'm going to tell you my actual one.
Good.
Switch the format just a little bit, just because it was splitting hairs. I thought the most impressive signature promo probably came from Hangman when they were in Arena Mexico, and he cuts that entire promo in Spanish.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, yeah, you want to be the everyday man, the relatable to anyone? Right there. You know what I mean? Taking the effort to learn a different language, talking about who you are, talking about how you became aware of this language, all of that, absolutely amazing. That's my runner-up. Just because I still think right before their Hollywood ending, when Toni Storm just cuts down Mariah May and tells her you're going to live a life of mediocrity, that was it.
You're so right, because that's exactly how I have this written up. Like, number one is Toni Storm and Mariah May's sit-down interview. Look, quiet in this was Mariah May's part. Like, she was out of her mind, right? Mm-hmm. And Toni Storm sat there the whole time with spit just dripping down her face. Like, just calmly one take that shit. Mm-hmm. Insane. And then the Hangman page. Because not only was it fully in Spanish, the meaning of it, especially tied to kind of the fuck has been going on here in this fucking,
Fuck
and so, I mean, just amazing. Like, I think if we hadn't seen that sit down interview, that would have won. So then I guess let's see if we've, did you have an honorable mention? Mine was when Swerve admitted that his house deserved to be burned down. Remember when Hangman and him were like yelling, and he's just like, you fucking, and he's like, you deserved it. He's like, I know.
Yeah.
Like, that moment, I don't know who to credit that one to, but like, that moment was great.
Well, so that was adjacent to that. Mine is right before All Out, when Hangman and Swerve meet in the locker room.
Oh,
and
God,
Hangman is like, hey, my kids are going to be at the show, so why don't you stay away? And Swerve was like, man, you got it. But it was essentially like we know we both fucked up, but we're going to call it a truce at this point.
I'll leave it this one, like your family's out of it.
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
Like,
that was awesome.
Good. A lot of good stuff and more to come.
Their promos and like character work this year. Because again, I see a lot of the criticism of they don't tell stories, which sometimes I can,
I don't think it's true, though. I don't think it's true.
I think sometimes they do matches, which you can just have matches sometimes, and it doesn't need a story. But they have told really good stories this year.
I have not watched any of the other program. Mm-hmm. But like, I remember one of the reasons I stopped was the fuck stories were being told there. There weren't stories at all being told there. None, zero, none.
I'm John Cena and I want the belt. Okay, fucking neat, brother. Been saying that for 20 years. You are the most basic, overrated character of all time. You are the Mercedes Moné of WWE characters.
That's a good one. All right. Well, so let's talk about breakout stars, right? So when I think of a breakout star, I think of either somebody new to the company, right, and became a star, or maybe had been there, but this year they had their star moment, right?
Yes.
So I don't know where we're at. Who's going first on this one?
I'll go first. Yeah.
Right.
I went first last time.
Okay.
So you go first on this one. Yep.
So it's a tight one for me between this and the runner-up, but the winner, I'm going to go with Kyle Fletcher just because I think we've got more to come yet still with this Kyle Fletcher's rise. But think of all the stuff he did, right? I mean, he's kind of, at one point we were like, is he the leader of the Don Callis family? Like
Right.
we were really sitting there like,
Yeah.
where does he sit? And he's just, I mean, achieved a lot this year, had that title run. So where are you at? Who's your breakout star?
Mine is different because he was a star, but I think he ascended and changed everyone's perspective on him, which I think is incredibly hard, especially
my
for the
runner-up.
type of veteran that he is. I got Ricochet as
same.
my breakout star.
He was my
Yeah.
runner-up. Yeah.
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 This was the year of the scissors to
Yes.
Swerve's head.
Yeah, the nerd,
dynamite, or
bald.
the demand. Yeah, the bald, all of it. Because when he
Yeah,
came
all
in,
those things he did.
Yeah.
He never stops doing things, right? Like he's got something going on. He doesn't just show up like, I'm Ricochet wrestling.
Well, that's kind of how he did show up. Remember, he was like, "Hey, I'm Ricochet," and then we started
Right.
throwing toilet paper at him and like, "You fucking
yeah.
suck." And then he's like, "Okay, well then you think I suck? Check all this shit out."
I
now
suck.
he's
And he went
awesome.
nuts from that. It was almost his Bo Dallas moment, if we would.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's my breakout is Ricochet.
So
I'll ping
honorable
pong
mention. Oh yeah,
back
was
to you.
your runner up? Was it Kyle or what he got?
No, my
Oh.
runner up is I wanted to go more true to what the statement is. I put Harley Cameron. I think to
Harley
go
Cameron.
from she can barely wrestle in January to being a tag team champion in December, and all of the kind of Mercedes Moné, the
Yeah,
Puppet Moné
100%.
stuff was this year and
Yep.
all that. So yeah,
Liverpool Chad agrees. He says it was definitely Fletcher and also Harley Cameron. My honorable mention then, because Ricochet was the runner-up, is Mariah May. I mean,
Yeah.
again, she's gone, so
Right.
you don't want to give too many flowers, right? But like, I mean, the Tony Storm Mariah May story, right? Like you said,
insane.
when they tell the story of Jesus, somebody has to play the devil, and that kind of gets lost, right? On how good that can be played, right?
Well, and when Tony Storm was gone, now this goes back into 2024 a little bit, but when Tony Storm was gone after Mariah won the championship and her street fight with Thunder Rosa and then being the like, no one can conquer me kind of champion, I thought was very impressive. My consideration, I did a little bit back to Ricochet in the vein of I picked Mark Briscoe to go from tag team wrestler, that's who you are, to the word of the day, conglomeration, and now TNT champ. I got him.
Well, you said, I mean, this didn't all happen in 2025, but Mark Briscoe went from not being allowed on the station to being the station's champion.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
insane to say. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my in third spot kind of.
Right. Well, the next award, one of the things AEW is sort of known for, weekly ratings get a lot of heat, right? They kind of fluctuate. They're down sometimes, and even some of the live attendance, right? And so they even went to some of these tighter venues to give a better feel. The big events, however, Jesus, these are some of the biggest things of the year in the wrestling world, right? Like you go to some of these big events, there are tens of thousands of people. It is a stadium atmosphere. And so what is your event of the year? I don't know who's going first. Am I going first? You're
going first on this one.
I'm going first on this one. For me, it was All In Texas, right? I mean, that hosted what I thought was the match of the year, and just all the storytelling told into that, the stadium atmosphere, the build up to all of it. I think it delivered on it. So, I mean, it was so close on both, like my next follow-ups, right? Like it was really hard to choose from these because I think they just do this very well now. But yeah, I feel like All In Texas for me was the winner.
That's a good one. I thought you were going to go that way, so I wanted to be different. All In was my runner-up, but again, probably was also my pick.
right,
but I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
My pick is going to be AEW Revolution. So this is the
yeah.
Hollywood ending with Tony Storm, Mariah May. Low key, one of my favorite kind of moments or matches was the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners for the Tag Team Championship. You also had Swerve, Ricochet, so that was another one. And then Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay, the cage match there. I think the only thing that kind of this kind of pay-per-view was the main event. This was the Copeland, Moxley, and then Christian gets involved, but then it was too much. But there was a lot of great stuff. MJF Hangman was also on this card as well. So yeah, I'm picking Revolution.
We still have this
for mine.
Cope Cage thing hanging around.
I know.
Sure. What happened here? Like, did he get injured and they didn't want to say it, or like? I don't know.
Well, no. Copeland went to go film a TV show or movie. Yeah. So that, but like,
must
where
have
did
came
Christian
out
go?
Unplanned or something. But maybe they were just like, hey, take a break too, man. Like, you guys both come back. Here's the thing: is if Cope comes back and he's ready to do this thing, we don't need you have injured because you were wrestling, Mike Bailey out there, right? Like, you go get some rest too because you're 72. So get some Gatorade. Speaking
of breakout stars, one person to consider, but I don't think we did because he kind of fell off the face of the earth with his injury. Nick Wayne. Remember Mother Wayne and Nick Wayne?
God.
But he broke his foot or whatever.
He did fall off because they would have to go. They'd have to back up and do some explaining if they just popped him back on TV all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, he's in a bad position. Liverpool chat says Blood and Guts was good for pay-per-view on free TV, but also all in Texas. Yeah, Revolution was my honorable mention. Again, I think all three of these were tight, but in between them I had Double or Nothing in Vegas. You know what I mean? Like the Anarchy in the Arena there again.
Oh, my God, yes.
Just great stuff.
My consideration, and this is purely being selfish, was Wrestle Dream, just because we were there. It was fun. We got to do the whole thing. I considered that on the list too. Yeah, I mean it was a really good card, and I felt like we had a really good time there. We didn't really feel too many times. There was a time or two where we were like, this could have been on fucking television. Right. But Darby versus Moxley being the main event, Sting coming back, which again always warms my heart because Sting's probably my favorite.
All right.
That was also my in consideration one.
These are, I'm going to jump one and come back to the other one because I want to do it in this order. Let's start with We Are Not. We've had an episode title of this show when we were at the Spanish Announce Table called Moves Don't Matter. We are not wrestling fans, right? Like, we like in-ring wrestling. That's important. But the most important thing to us is the storylines, right? We have to be hooked on the why to care about the what's going on in the ring. So, Tom, what was the best storyline of the year? Am I going first? You're going first? I don't remember.
I'll go first. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I'll take it before you say it, so haha. But I'm going to say it's Toni Storm versus Mariah May.
How could it be anything else?
Yeah, so I'll give you, I'll just do my three, then you do your three.
Yeah, okay.
So my number one was Toni Storm, Mariah May. My number two might shock you. It's Hangman and MJF. I think the whole, you're not the main character, I'm the main character, and that's still going on into 2026.
It's still going on.
Yeah, I think that's great. And then the third one, and I think it was the AEW storyline, and you had mentioned it, but the Hangman, John Moxley leading to All In.
So I did similar with the Ballad of Tony and Mariah, right?
Yeah.
Being one. I had that redemption arc of Hangman Adam Page coming in number two because, as you mentioned, it is the story of the year, right? It is what AEW. And in fact, if we had to name an MVP of 2025, I think it's Hangman Adam Page, right? But the honorable mention for me then is what, like I said, collided with it at the same time was the Death Riders takeover. Right, like it's kind of takeover, but the Death Rider is kind of looming over AEW and that whole kind of storyline. Albeit they didn't do a whole lot of inward storytelling about the Death Riders. It was more just who can fucking stop the Death Riders.
Yeah, I agree. I think low key, and we'll see how it pays off because it's still in the middle, and now we're going into 2026. So who knows? Might be my 2026. Storyline of the year, but MJF Hangman, I think we could run with this for years.
We still need to get there. I thought that's what we were going to eventually get to. That's why I'm surprised when Hangman lost it to Joe. I thought the point was we were going to get when MJF came back that we were going to do the goddamn mega powers collide here.
Yeah, so
maybe we still will, but
we'll see because now, we'll talk about.
It almost feels like. You know what it feels like? It feels like Samoa Joe's agent, the contract is by the way, you're supposed to have a title reign in 2025. And
I need one.
And they're like, but Hangman would be like, well, it sounds like then you owe $5 million. They're like, no. Listen,
Yeah. Look,
got a
I
plan,
got billions of dollars, but we don't want to be paying
I
that.
got a plan. All right, so if we liked those, and that was the best storyline of the year, certainly there was a worst storyline of the year. And I'll start with this one. I think you might think the same thing, but for me, it is just the belt collector run. Nothing was more nauseating to me week over week for no reason. Again, like, look, I know I want to. I beg you to make it so I can kind of forget that I'm watching a fake pro, you know what I mean? Like fighting company here, right? I want you to build it as such so that, like, if I was dumb, I could forget, right? But this was just like over and over, and it meant nothing. I'm like, so what? They don't give a shit. Like, you're supposed to be the best wrestling organization in the world is how you're presenting yourself to me.
So
why do I care that
win
you
all
won
the other
any
titles?
title in any other organization? You know what I mean? I get ROH is yours, so we talk about that. But, you know, there's some others, and we'll get into those. But I don't know what you thought was the worst storyline.
So, yes, that is 1,000% the right answer. But I wanted to be a contrarian.
Yeah.
I put, and this feels bad, but the story on paper and the execution just wasn't great, even though they had some fun moments. But I put the Adam Copeland, John Moxley. It was Adam Copeland be like, oh, I've been wrestling longer than you. It's like, it's John Moxley. This isn't a rookie. Like, a 5-year difference between you guys isn't a
been wrestling
huge
25 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so
held
I didn't
titles
really,
all over the world. Like this isn't. Yeah.
So I like the payoff when FTR, you know, turns on Copeland, but the whole like in between and the
you say that to the rise, you say that to the Austin Theories, right? When they're up and coming, right? But you don't like say that to the John Moxley. You know what I mean? Like that's not what you say. Yeah. I didn't have that one on there. My runner up was the fucking learning tree.
Oh,
goddamn learning tree.
I blocked that out of my brain. You know, that actually might be number one.
Remember how bad that shit? Chris Jericho. And look, glad that guy is gone. He's going to be over there talking shit in a moment, acting like he's CM Punk's best friend all of a sudden and shit. Like,
he is going to get the Kurt Angle treatment. He's going to have to lose his last match to Bronson Reed or something, and then his little separated
he fits
chest.
in with the fascists over there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Fucking keep him over there. But they should have done a trade. They should have done a trade. We get AJ Styles. They get Chris Jericho. Both can do a retirement, but they get the appropriate matches for themselves.
How long before they come out with an annual pay-per-view on January 6th?
Oh, not too long.
Right. All right. Did you have your runner-up?
My runner-up was the Mercedes Moné
belt collector. Yeah.
Belt collector. Yeah.
So then honorable mention I had was the Undisputed Kingdom. Remember that fucking thing?
Oh my God. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Again.
Well,
what if we talked about how, again, they kind of forgot this 12 years down the road, but like that, they were presented as the coolest thing in the fucking world in NXT. You know what I mean? Like swagger.
Well, they were.
Like they had dicks swinging down to their knees. Mm-hmm. And just, they tried to run the same thing.
Yeah.
Here. The same exact thing.
Because I legitimately blocked it on my brain, now that you said it, I'm going to add it. But my consideration is the learning tree. That fucking sucked. It was so dumb. I hated that.
It was bad.
And the payoff, because again, let's assume that he is going to WWE. Jericho, I will say, he could also be he's a carny. Him re-signing with AEW and showing up on a Dynamite in February would not shock me. You know what I mean?
Know. Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
But the payoff for that storyline
like, you
was
losers thought out, and like,
exactly, yeah. You think I'm gonna go up north? You know, kind of saying all that shit. But the payoff for that storyline was just him saying, "I'm disappointed," and walking away
and left. And now they're just a tag team with no reason.
Yeah,
to rhyme. And I still think they should call themselves Bill and Brian.
Yeah. Yes.
It's just Bill and Brian.
Bill and Brian. Yeah. Going up against the Kyles.
You got to lose the fucking cowboy gimmick for now. Sorry, you can go back to that later.
Yeah. Bill and Brian versus Kyle. And
versus
Kyle is Kyle Riley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. There's two of you. Yes, I know.
Yes.
It's like deer.
All right, so let's get into some of the more traditional and serious ones here.
Okay.
It is pro wrestling after all. We are storyline driven, and we don't, like we say, moves don't matter, but we understand the importance of the match, right? The match matters, the story you tell in the match. So, Tom, let's talk about match of the year.
All right. We've been talking about the storyline and the violence and all of it. So my runner-up, I'm going to do on-the-fly reordering. Because now that I think about it, if I were to re-watch any of these matches, I think I'm picking my winner as first. So now I'm reordering on the fly. My runner-up, well, actually, I'll tell you my in consideration. My in consideration, I think, is the best. This is what AEW is, and it's Moxley versus Hangman at All In. If you were to say, an avid wrestling fan, but they have always been WWE, and now they want to give AEW a chance, I would say, this is the match that will catch you up on kind of everything that this promotion is, right? That's in consideration. I think the best women's match and arguably the best storyline from just a feud perspective is the Hollywood ending, Toni Storm versus Mariah May. But my winner for match of the year is Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Anarchy in the Arena. When you get Kenny Omega saying, play that shit, and they're just fucking going. Before that, you had the Young Bucks playing their stupid little, like,
their
1772 bullshit. Yeah,
wasn't there like the song was wrong? It wasn't Let the Bodies Hit the Floor first. It was something else.
Some Disney song or something. Yeah. And then you had women involved in it. So you had the Willow Nightingale, which again, Willow Nightingale warms my heart. You had the ambulance. I mean, yeah, I think if I were to rewatch any of those, that's probably my first one. So I'm picking that as my match of the year.
What about honorable mention? You got a third one hanging around there?
Well, no. It was third is Hangman Moxley. Second is Toni Storm, Mariah May. First is Anarchy in the Arena. There you go.
So I had Hangman Moxley as the match of the year, right? It's the one. Yeah. It's like the match I think about the most, right? And then the Hollywood ending as the runner-up, and then I threw Swerve Hangman in the cage it all out. In there, right? I think we kind of forget how good that was,
Yeah, that was very good. Very good. Yeah, the only thing is that syringe, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what are we doing?
Yeah. To me, I was just like, why after all that? Is
you would have started that. You should have
like,
started with that. And then I would have been like,
got piercings for fuck's sake.
Yeah. If it was supposed to be something that would like almost kill him, you would do it at the start of the match, and then he would try to be fighting off this poison in his body, and then I can get that story, but like he was already dead.
Inject him with a fucking
Fuck you, now
he's got to find the antidote. Sounds like a team image. All right. All right, I'm going to kind of flip these again, too, because I feel like it just flows better. We're going to talk about tag teams. I feel like there's been a bit of a tag team resurgence. So what's the tag team of the year look like out here? You want me to?
Yeah, you go ahead.
This was tough. I feel like it's FTR for me, are the winners. Like, they just had, I think, the most variety and the most high-profile moments and stories, right, in the tag team division this year. My runner-up was going to be the Hurt Syndicate, right? I mean, look, they were tag team champs for a while. They're beating the shit out of everybody. We love them. We hurt people. And then the honorable mention for me is the Babes of Wrath. Look, I mean, they won the women's tag team.
That's a great one.
Right?
Yeah, that's a great one. Babes of Wrath is a very good pick. I probably should have been more open-minded and considered them because I do love both Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale.
I mean, they had big tag team moments this year that we're going to remember. I know that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the first ever women's tag team champs, so love it. I put as my winner of the tag team of the year, and it's because of story, not necessarily moments, but I put the Young Bucks. They're the EVPs. They're going to take on Swerve and Ospreay. I think that match also could be considered match of the year. That was very, very good. But then when they went to the Broke Bucks and were just like, getting called their TNA names of Generation Me.
Up on the
putting the bank account. I think, that was the most entertaining for me. So I put the Young Bucks 1. I put Hurt Syndicate 2 because they did kick the shit out of people. And they look like they could kick the shit out of you. Two things that I like. And then third, even though I didn't really think that they're a true tag team. They grew on me by the end of 2025, and that's Brodito. I put Brody
Brodito.
King and Bandito. I thought
good.
They were good.
So, similar fashion, a tag team is two fellas or two ladies or whatever, right? Now let's talk about the factions, right? We start adding a third, a fourth, a fifth hanging around. It changes the dynamics. So, faction of the year, what are you looking at? Who was the faction of the year?
I think I'm going to throw a curveball at you because I think you're going to be like, what? I didn't think about that. And I'm like, haha, I got you. I'm saying the faction of the year, the one that I like the most, and they had a story change towards the end of 2025 and now are really set up for success, I think, in 2026. I'm putting the Ops as my faction of the year.
They're not on my
Samoa
list.
Joe,
That's good.
Powerhouse Hobbs, Shibata,
But you're right.
and Hook.
Strong end. I would say when they started, we were kind of like, this will flounder on the mid card, and we were wrong.
And I think they also served a really good purpose as adding to Hangman's numbers disadvantage against the Death Riders, right? Hangman needed somebody, and they were great. Well, let's take on Pac and Claudio and all those guys.
More factions. Again, the way you create all these intricate storylines and the backstabbings and the who's helping who and the interweaving is factions. It's groups. Otherwise, if you're all individuals, then it's just, I think I'm better than you, right? Like I don't.
Well, and I've heard that friends are cool to have, and typically a lot of people have them, and so like wrestlers should have them too. You know what I mean? Like I don't, but like
I remember from back in the day.
Yeah.
Seeing people with friends, and it was cool.
Yeah. Always like looking at him in high school, like, and then they just walk past you.
So who were close to the Ops? Who did you have to weigh the Ops against?
I put runner-up as the Don Callis family. Okay, I thought we are the world type
the year of the Scar. Did he get that this year, or did that happen? I don't
No, that was the year before. Yeah. That was in Kansas City, actually, when John Moxley threw him up against the camera. We were there. I think they're if you look at them, I think they're the most interesting faction, right? You got Okada, Takeshita, Fletcher,
most diverse faction in pro wrestling history.
Lance Archer, all of the shit, right? So I'm putting Don Callis
and they're all
as my
gay.
runner. Yeah,
they might be. They might.
Who knows? Yeah. And then third, going back to the tag team stuff, the Hurt Syndicate, the We Hurt People, and just the fuck yeah, these guys are gonna kick the shit out of everybody.
I'm gonna throw some crazy in here. All right, so faction of the year for me was the Death Riders. It was the main arc of the story, right? I think they had all the stuff. The runner-up was Don Callis family for all the reasons you mentioned. My honorable mention is one you might have forgot about. Is the Patriarchy. Christian Cage and the Patriarchy consumed a lot of our time, gave us a lot of smiles. And I kind of miss smug Christian Cage.
I miss Christian.
Frowning on people.
Yeah. I think Christian Cage he's like and I don't mean to say this.
Better every time I see him. He's so good.
And I don't mean to say this because of his age. I mean to say this because he is a veteran. He's like the grandpa version of MJF, right? If Christian is 25, he's MJF. If MJF is 52, he's Christian. And I like both of those guys.
And honestly, if you take a snapshot of wrestlers in their, we'll call them twilight runs, right? Like their later runs, their 40 plus late runs, they've come back after their long runs. He's doing one of the best.
The best.
Like
I
most
think he's doing the best.
interesting, I mean, I can't think of another one that I would be like, this guy did it better.
Yeah, the only thing I could think as far as
Funk maybe, but he didn't even have as much mainstream, you know what I mean?
Well, towards the end, he was just retiring, coming back. And I love him. Terry Funk's the greatest. But the only one I would consider is just Ric Flair towards the end when he's like, I'm not going to lose. And then that storyline, that was good. But nothing like Christian. Christian, to me, is the best.
Christian is the shit. Yeah, the Patriarchy, man. And
again, Patriarchy's good.
Term, like, the way to use that term, because he's
Mother
the father,
Wayne was
but yet
great.
it's like, you know what I mean? Like, Mother Wayne.
Yeah. And then the Kip Sabian, like, what is he doing with them? And then he joins them. Yeah.
Shitting on everybody who had a dead dad.
Yeah.
Well, you have a father.
Which theoretically, everyone does. And so, I think that being a
but
shit
even if
line,
they didn't, that's where you can be like, I heard you never had a father growing up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But that's like
So
a line when everyone like starts to go, oh, and he hasn't even said anything. That's what I think is the genius part of that, is when he says, I heard you had a father, and the whole crowd goes, oh shit.
Oh, son of a bitch. Don't boo. But we want it. We're like, yeah, come on, give it to us.
Yeah, he's the best.
Fucking make fun of his dead dad. Yeah.
I'm gonna write this
How
one
many
down.
times you got to think, like, every time he's like getting ready to work with somebody, be like, so listen, we're gonna talk about your dead dad. You're cool, right? And they're gonna be like, I mean, I guess
Now it's over, so I guess I have to. Yeah.
like, you're Christian Cage. What am I gonna say? No.
Yeah.
It sucks. All right, man. All right, so I'm gonna flip these again because I want to give the ladies the last billing. So let's talk about male wrestler of the year.
Well, I think you gotta
agree
go.
on this.
It's
cowboy
obviously.
shit.
Oh, I had Mark Briscoe. No, I'm kidding. I had Hangman.
No, you did not have Mark Briscoe.
I love Mark Briscoe, but no, it's obviously Hangman Adam Page. My runner-up, though, I might shock you because I enjoy. It's must-see TV when he's either doing a promo or in his matches. But I put Okada. I think the
Okada.
bitch thing, the middle finger. I think he always is such a joy. So I put him at number 2. And then again, must-see TV for me. Like if you say Wednesday night or Saturday night or pay-per-view, this guy's going to be on, I'm going to be like, well, I got to see at least what the fuck's going to happen. Darby Allin.
Darby Allin. Nice.
Against that fucking sack of yogurt Gabe Kidd, look at the shit he did at the pay-per-view. Like, he is just awesome.
So cowboy shit again is MVP of the year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look. There's another one that we'll talk about later that you could consider in there, but Hangman all the way. My runner-up was Jon Moxley again, telling the devil story over there and just putting out matches, violence to the extreme, and then as we saw at the end, willing to put people over. Man, like he's losing to Kyle O'Reilly, he's losing to you know what I mean, to random people,
and by no character change at all is now a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
He did not change a thing.
Yep.
There's just been I still work
oddly
hard.
enough, he accomplished his mission, right? Like he wanted to turn you all into violent fucks that were ready to die for this. And
there you go.
he got it. He showed me you're ready to do it. And then honorable mention is Swerve. I know we lost a chunk of the year with Swerve, but so many good things with Swerve this year. Also some pivotal storylines, right? The Hangman Swerve saga. And the coming together as friends, right? Swerve, man.
Yeah, Osprey was another one that I was thinking about just because you had the Kyle Fletcher, you had the number 1 contender match with Hangman, then you had him being the broker basically between Swerve and Hangman. Remember, it was him that said you two need to be friends.
You guys got to do this, yeah.
And then him getting murdered at the end in the fucking cage, like. That was pretty cool.
Will Ospreay got cucked out of some friends.
Yeah. Well, that would be funny, right? If they're like, hey, Ospreay, so great to have you. Yeah, I know you wanted a match tonight, but actually it's going to be me and Hangman tonight.
Listen, I know you wanted to book this trios thing, but like all we could get was a tag team, and like we're going to And Prince Nana just does the. You want to be our manager?
Yeah. Right? I mean, that would be funny if
you could sit in this chair and watch them.
You can hang out. You can hang out, definitely. Yeah. If you wanted to get us water after the match, that'd be awesome. That would be so great.
Yeah. You just be there to towel us down. There's water.
Yeah.
Right?
Be awesome. Be great.
Maybe tape for review later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to film this for us? Yeah. Get the all 22, except for it's wrestling. Mm-hmm. Yeah. all 22. Whatever.
Just pat on there. You go, Will.
Yeah.
Thanks, Billy. All right. it's Will. Yeah. All right. So the men, the men were the men. Also, I think we agree. The men were the men. We probably agree on female wrestler of the year because she also, I said, if we were going to talk about an MVP, we could also include in the conversation Toni fucking Storm is the best pro wrestler in the world.
Look at this. If anyone isn't watching the YouTube, get it on. This is how over she is. They made a black and white action figure of her.
They got to save money.
Yeah. But we all wanted this, right? The black and white. Now, I will say, towards the end of the year, we need to get back to that. I think when she's doing this whole stuff with Orange Cassidy, put it in black and white. Also, I don't know if you saw this. AEW is touting this now as a huge success. They went viral with the Tony Storm Orange Cassidy dancing at World's End. Already has over 100 million views.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's why they did it on Dynamite. Yeah. So, like, Tony Storm is the shit. Yeah.
Tony Storm is your money. I don't understand why she's not on every talk show already in full gimmick and character. Like, remember when they were like, look, Bobby Heenan is so goddamn charismatic and funny, we just got to get him on camera in front of people and let him do what he does. This has to be what you do with Tony Storm. Now,
they do put her in the internet videos, right? The YouTube videos for, like, they did the collaboration with White Castle, which...
I mean, the only reason I feel like you would want her on all the mainstream things is that you might lose her to the mainstream things, right? Yeah. But I think she loves wrestling so much that she ain't going away.
No. I think, honestly, the next iteration... Well, first off, let me back up. Excuse me. I think this whole thing with Orange Cassidy is going to be the best. And then if you put, like, a love triangle and you add Mina, who keeps giving the side eye... Orange Cassidy.
We need Juice to do something. We know he's got the juice.
Right. Yeah. Something
put him in this
there.
Weird, crazy people. See, Mark Briscoe. Now we're talking about doing something fun with the goddamn conglomeration.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Mina, Tony Storm, Juice Robinson, Luther.
Yeah.
God damn.
Man, think of this real quick. Complete side note. We'll get back on track. Complete side note. How the fuck? Remember how we just came up with the tag team Kyle, right? Kyle Fletcher, Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle.
How get Juice Robinson out of the fucking gangbang gang or whatever the fuck they're called?
Yeah.
How has him and Orange Cassidy not been a tag team just called Orange Juice? Orange Juice.
Yeah. Orange Juice.
It's right there. Orange Juice.
Orange Juice.
God damn, that's just
you just have both their faces on some shirts. Orange Juice. Yeah.
You could fucking sell it at the show.
This is how we could get there. This weird love triangle turns into them being a tag team. Orange Juice. You can even have Jay White be like, bro, and he'll be like, oh, man, you know. Yeah. This is just, I want to dance.
They're selling Prince Nana coffee on shopaew.com. You don't think people wouldn't buy Orange Juice because it was Orange Cassidy and Juice Robinson?
I fucking buy it. You can sell the actual orange juice at the arenas. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what they should do. Anyhow.
Liverpool chat says his all-time favorite moment is seeing the pizza cutter spot before a pizza advert.
Wow.
That's time.
Yeah.
That's same damn time.
Yeah. That's right there.
Do you see the photo I sent you? Like he's
getting in shape.
Now.
Yeah. He's coming out on the other end. He went through,
man. Right? It's right. This right? Or is it this?
This right there.
This right.
Yeah. He's coming out on the other end of a really, really tough situation. So I'm glad to see that he's doing better and he looks great. So that's awesome.
We've got great stories about Nick Gage. You can go back and listen. By the way, we're covering, this is the 2025 awards. So we're talking about some things. Typically in years past, we would have given you a little more detailed breakdown of the year, but this is going to be a long episode. So we didn't want to do that. So my advice to you is if you want to know what happened in 2025 and how we thought about it, you go back and listen to the shows at allelitewrapup.com. So Tom, all right. We both think Tony Storm was a female wrestler of the year. Did you have a runner-up and an honorable mention?
Yeah, so I put as the runner-up as Chris Statlander. I think now she is, at the end of 2026, it seems like she's the top dog in the entire division. I also think that the whole flirting with the Death Riders thing was fun. Now, it kind of had the instant cutoff where it's just flip off Moxley and then run out of there. Yeah. But that was fun. I think she did amazing in the Blood and Guts match. Remember, she took that back bump on the spikes. Thought that was incredible. So I would have had her as the runner-up. And then third, and this is more my personal list. I'm not being objective here. But third, she is a double champ now, but Willow Nightingale. Now she's your TBS champion, first ever tag team champ. So those are my three.
So, all right. So I weighed heavy on whether or not to include Mercedes Moné, right? Because obviously, a lot of quote unquote accomplishments from Mercedes Moné, but we're storyline driven, and we've never hidden that. Yep. So I didn't put her on that list. Good. I did include Willow Nightingale as the honorable mention. I battled with Chris Statlander being on the list because, as I said, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of key moments, but storyline wise, still didn't feel right. I think for me, with last night's, you know what I mean? push over the edge. I was like, all right, I'm solidifying Willow in as the final spot. But my runner-up between Toni Storm and Willow Nightingale, again, she's gone. It's Mariah May. I mean, Mariah May had that title run for part of the year there, right? And then, I mean, the story and just, again, if we think about women's wrestling in 2025, she did it best.
Yeah. I think of her. So the two, I won't say it's the two favorite storylines, but two of my favorite storylines in pro wrestling history, being dead serious when I say that, is Mariah May and Toni Storm and MJF CM Punk. Now, I think of Mariah May as CM Punk. Now, not all the backstage stuff, right? Like, let's forget about that. But this, like, meteor that just came into AEW, here it was. And then by the time you're like, I love this, it's gone. Right now, CM Punk was like, self-inflicted. But, like, Mariah May was like, she wanted to go to Magamania, so there she is. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, the like, meteors of, like, well, what's your favorite thing? And you tell people, and if they don't know, they're like, well, where is CM Punk or Mariah May now? It's like, well, actually, they went to the dark side, so I don't know what they're doing now. But, yeah, I think of them kind of in the same way of, like, two of my favorite storylines of all time, but they did not stay around for more than a cup of coffee, you know?
Yep, they were just gone like that. So, man, 2025 was a great year for AEW.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to 2026. I think they're starting to figure out their groove again, their voice, their style, and it's oozing out every time we watch it, man. I feel like they've been on a good run of shows. I haven't been disappointed in a long time.
The only thing that I will say is a miss, and this is me being selfish, and it actually has nothing to do with Dynamite or Collision, but I almost want to start a petition. Bring back Hey EW. That's fucking bullshit that it ended. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
You're telling me everybody who wanted to do it did it? No, make people do it.
Make everyone do it.
Do it.
And if you need research, I can help. RJ,
I would almost
easily will.
Look, I don't want to be like WWE and put a Miz TV on every show, but like I don't mind putting a Hey EW in the middle of a damn Dynamite. Like, let's get it. Let's go.
Actually, you know what? Man, you're onto something there. That would be perfect if you had a storyline like the Toni Storm, Mina, Orange Cassidy. You're not going to do an interview with Tony Schiavone and get the juice out of that.
Even Renee does it, but
if
RJ
you did a Hey
City,
EW with RJ City as the let's talk about this.
No, I want to exclusively put him to work 40 hours a week on writing the Toni Storm, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, Mina, Juice Robinson,
all that stuff.
Weird love storyline.
But I am so sad. That was my saddest moment of the year in pro wrestling is the end of Hey EW because I absolutely adore that show. So
they've got to find some way to have him give us content. He blends, first of all, like a knowledge of cinema and just like pro wrestling with also just a wit unmatched of people I've seen in even high ends of comedy world. Like he is really good. If he wanted to do stand-up comedy and comedy writing, he could do it.
Well, he does the AEW comedy shows like the night before pay-per-views, which I think is great. Keep doing that. But yeah, I've always said this because this has always been my criticism. When you go after the number one, don't be the diet version of that.
Yeah.
Be the exact opposite. And there is no one in Magamania like RJ City. Like RJ City is a unicorn compared to everything over there. So if you push people like an RJ City, like an Outrunners, like Dalton Castle, like Willow Nightingale, like those are the individuals that you need to be. And I know I named some comedy, but you get what I'm saying. Even the Death Riders, I think, are a unicorn to Magamania. And so, like, that is what you need to be pushing into everyone's face. Darby Allin, Brody King, there you go. Like, he was another consideration for breakout star. It was Brody King.
Yeah, I just feel like if it had been anything solo,
I
anything
agree.
solo, I feel like there was large times of the year where we just were like, oh, here he is in another trios match of random fucks, and like it doesn't.
I'm not saying like if they had balls, but I don't know another way to say it. If they had balls though, and his Abolish Ice shirt, and you just push that as a champion, again, what's different than Magamania?
When that caught news on Fox, like I would have immediately been like, oh, he's winning the world title tonight. Sorry, like we'll get it back to you, but we're gonna ride this out for a couple of weeks and let him wear this shirt on fucking Conan. Let's go.
Which, by the way, let's take a quick side note. So Dynamite happened last night. One thing I wanted to get your feedback on.
Yeah.
MJF does the promo to kick off the show. I'm the fucking best. Blah, 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 right? Kenny Omega interrupts and is like, I'm going to come back for the title. And we love it. Kind of didn't hit, though, because he wasn't there. You got to be there if you're going to say that shit. He also looked tired.
Especially when two other people are going to come out that are there.
Yeah, he looked tired as well. It's like, dude, did you not nap before this? Anyhow, I digress. But what I wanted to get your feedback on is towards the middle of the show, Brody King and Bandito had this whole like, if Bandito wins, I get the first shot. And then they interrupt MJF. Brody King speaking for Bandito is like, you need to be worried about this. My question to you is, are we going to get a heel turn out of Brody King? Is he going to fucking kill Bandito?
That would be good because what I don't think is going to happen is it's not going to come where Bandito wins the world title and then Brody King goes heel and they have a fight, right? Mm-hmm. I just don't see that happening. As much as, as fun as that could be. So, yeah, I think it's going to look like Bandito's about to win. Brody King's going to say, the fuck you are.
Right.
And then he's going to be like, why? And he'll be like, because fuck you, that's why it should have been me.
Yeah. Well, let's also remember, because here's the other thought I had with that. Let's also remember, in that Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, Brody King sacrificed himself so that Bandito could win. Right? Him getting resentful about that is 100% logical as far as a heel goes. Also, I think to heat up Ring of Honor, if you put in the main event of their first 2026 pay-per-view, Bandito versus Brody King for the ROH Championship, I'll watch that.
So here's how I would do it. So, all right, so Bandito's looking like, I wouldn't even say like Bandito looks like he's about to win. It's just matches going on, right? And I would say even at one point, he's not looking like he's about to win, right? He's down and out. And Brody King just murders him. And fucking MJF's like,
love it.
Whatever. And then you get Bandito's like, what the fuck, why? And Brody King can just be like, because I just saw you weren't going to fucking win, right? Like, you weren't going to do it, and that was going to be my shot to get a world title shot, was because I needed you to win. When I saw that happen, you were useless to me, so now I want the shot, MJF, right? He's doing this. And then so MJF's like, whatever, fine, whatever, fucking, or Tony Khan books it, right? Because MJF's a heel, right? But then that's when Bandito comes out and fucks up Brody King, and MJF's just like, you losers, right? And then they go off and have their feud, right?
But yeah, because Bandito is the ROH heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Having that be the then now I'm not going to take your title.
I want that one instead. If I can't get his, I want yours. And then MJF's just like, losers, and that's when Hangman shows up and fucking, you know what I mean?
Kenny Omega, one of those guys.
Kenny Omega, exactly.
I will say also.
So what else on Dynamite? What else? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, one thing that we need to fucking cut the shit on, Tony Khan, and I know you're watching, so thank you so much for watching, but cut the fucking shit. Cut the fucking shit, Tony. Stop making the Beast Mortos a fucking Eugene character. Like, now I get it. We did the fucking, but nuh-uh. It's 2026. No. If you're going to do something, if you're going to do something funny with him, let's lean into the lawyer part. Let's not lean into he fucking runs after things because he's a bull. First off, he ain't a fucking bull. He's a beast, you dumb shits. And so, cut that. Beast Mortos. Look, I've seen a lot of discourse on the Discord and other places that Bandito is a lot of people's wrestler of the year for 2025. And I thought he had an amazing year. His match with Takeshita, other things, the tag titles, all of that.
In-ring wrestler of the year, I might be inclined to agree with you.
But if I had the pen or pencil for 2026, we're replacing Bandito's spot with Beast Mortos. He's the fucking money, man. He is the money.
I know it. I agree with you.
What the fuck are we doing? And, brother, Beast Mortos, let me talk to you for a quick second. Fucking use your influence. If you're kissing on Mercedes Moné, who's the most powerful woman in AEW, have her get in Tony Khan's ear and fucking let's push you to the moon.
Year of the Beast.
Yeah. Mercedes, you worthless sack of spit. Fucking do something. Yeah. Do something with your life and push Beast Mortos.
Do something with your life.
You know? No, I'm kidding.
Says the guy
seriously,
on the podcast.
Yeah. The millions of people listening to my podcast. No, but seriously. Let's push Beast Mordos. Yes, Year of the Beast, Beast Mordos 2026. But yeah,
Yeah,
I did not like
Beast.
the.
I agree.
I did not like the. He just loses now every single time I see him. Don't like that.
I think there's some money to have with Beast Mordos. I agree with you. Yeah, I think there's some things we can improve upon. I think no Jeff Jarrett is a good one.
Yep. I think no Jeff Jarrett's great. Also, I mentioned this, but I want your feedback on this as well. Jon Moxley defeats or defends his Continental Championship match. The Hurt Syndicate of Shelton Benjamin and MVP give him a stare down. And Moxley's like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Just fucking come see me.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Death Riders Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah. I thought his promo was good. I would have thrown in a line more along like you hurt people, but I aim to do a little more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the fucking name is Death Riders here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to do a little more than hurt you, pal. So, all right.
And
see you next week, bitch.
And he was great, but then to go from Moxley, who is as believable of a wrestler as there is in pro wrestling, to then fucking Yuta, who's like, "Hey, Darby, you forgot about me.
Guy.
I'm the most." Shut the fuck up, nerd. Yeah, Garcia should have been like, "Hey, that's why you don't talk."
He's like, "All right, fucking
yeah, just get the fuck on." I don't know why.
Stare menacingly in the background, Yuta.
Yeah, the less you say, the better, you fucking troll. But yeah, that happened. Obviously, the main event is what we're going to remember this episode for the most.
How fun
we
was
have
that?
a new champion.
I thought, man, I was like, watching through the show, I was like, it's New Year's Eve. They're going to do this, right? She's been losing some belts. I was like, they're going to do this. And then there were so many times in the match, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Like, here it comes. Right, like here it comes, and so I literally was looking away for a second when the, you know what I mean, the pin happened. I was like, ah, like literally raised my hands. I was like, oh shit.
Well, so that's my hope. As I mentioned in our worst storyline and all of that, Mercedes, again, for anyone new listening, we're only talking about what we see on screen. I don't know who the person is. Whatever her real name is, all that stuff. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to know. I know that she's dating Beast Mordos because I see it on social media.
Say get vaccinated.
Yeah. Yes. Anyhow, side note. But I will say, I am interested because as I've said for years on this podcast in one iteration or the other one, losing is interesting. If you start to have her lose championships and now there's less men holding titles, right? Like it went from 4 to 3 to then no one. And she's like, and everyone's like, where's your boys? Where's your guys? And she's like, hey, fuck you. I'm the best. And like, doesn't look like it anymore.
You know who would then be like, then you need Dalton Castle and the boys to come by and be like, oh, you used to have boys. And then just, you know.
Or what I would do is like poke at her while she's falling down the hill, you know, is have Harley Cameron bring out the fucking puppet and was like, wish you had a friend, don't you? And she's like, you fucking asshole. Like,
that's what I mean. Just run into all of the.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's when RJ could be like, hey, listen, I'm starting up AEW again. You want to come? Get the fuck away.
Fuck out of here. No, I hated it the first time. Yeah. What else we got?
Damn, I've really hit rock bottom now.
What else we got here? Darby Allin is going to challenge Pac, so that should be
I thought
cool.
that promo was really good.
Darby Allin in the edited cool really shit good, is always good.
But that was still like one take, but that was good. That the justification for like he won that war,
right,
quote unquote.
Not
but like
all of it.
But I beat all of them, but you, and that bothers me.
Yeah,
and like,
but then Yuta's like, me too. Shut up, Yuta, you fucking nerd.
Damn, go call
but
me.
Me too. Yeah. What else we got? Brody King defeats Lee Johnson. Again, I think that's to lead to something. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then, as mentioned, from the pay-per-view, the Mixed Nuts match with Tony Storm, Orange Cassidy, and the rest of them, they win.
The wrong way. Went whatever.
Well, they got it back for you on Dynamite, which didn't mean anything because look at the fucking shirt you're wearing.
Look at this. Look at it. Look at that. Come on. Jesus, look at that. Look at the fucking. Oh, damn. What a fucking shitty shirt. God. What are you taking screenshots?
Maybe.
Fuck you.
No. But we do the same dancing again, and I think the story coming out of the pay-per-view, because peeking behind the curtain, how viral that moment went for AEW. We're going to do something with Orange Cassidy, Tony Storm, Luther, Mina, maybe maybe Juice Robinson, something like that. That's just more of us saying that. So what do you make of all of this? Are you interested in a...
I am. I'm interested to see where it goes.
Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy.
I am interested to see where it goes. And it is good to use the timeless Tony Storm character in things that help explain why she's not just winning the world title, because she's the best fucking wrestler in the world.
Easy, yeah.
So I'd rather it be in some comedy offshoot thing than just mid-card match against, you know what I mean, random person from the power plant or whatever the fuck we're going to call it, you know? So fine. I worry about it getting too kitschy anytime the conglomeration is around, right? Too just yuck. So, but Tony Storm is the exact opposite of that, right?
I think it would be, if I were to make a goal, like if I were to set a goal, if you said, hey, we're going to do a story with Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy, but what do you want out of it? My goal with those two interacting is that we learn something about one of them, right? Either we learn that Tony Storm is in on the joke as well. She knows that she's not a timeless actress from the 1920s, right? Or we understand that Orange Cassidy actually does care, and the whole thing is because he lacks confidence. You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah,
I want to learn about one of these
I think
people.
you could do both. I think you could learn something about Orange Cassidy that when we learn it, Tony Storm learns it, and it fucks her world up until we get the new iteration of whatever Tony Storm's craziness is, right?
Yeah. I think that is key. We've mentioned this a couple times now. I think to keep her fresh as a character, there needs to be more than just black and white Tony Storm.
I think
we could always go back to this.
Tony Storm.
Yeah, we could always go back to this.
Because she's going through times, right?
Right. But we can, get some color and then, have her come to the present day or the 80s or whatever it may be. I mentioned it and, 90s, I think you're on board with it.
90s.
Well, I think you're on board
50s.
with it. But you do timeless Tony Storm in the 90s with the Outrunners. You want some real fucking shit.
Yes, Storm Runners.
Oh my God. Yeah. And if you're anything like me, and I know I am, Tony Storm and the Outrunners is the fucking shit.
Again, that's what I'm talking about. So what you're saying, like, that is different than the main player. Get that on the TV shows, though, right? Like, if you've got an act that my boss saw Orange Cassidy, the Best Friends, Chris Statlander on some game show, on some late night throwaway B-roll, syndicate game show, and was like, oh, that's that AEW they're talking about. And then was like, let me check out Orange Cassidy, and fell in love. He's like, look at this guy with his hands in his pockets. You know what I mean? On the YouTube. It's that simple, man.
And Orange Cassidy is the easiest one because he doesn't have to do it. Man, again, we've already talked about
90s Tony Storm would be awesome, says Liverpool Chat in the chat.
Yeah. But like Orange Cassidy on any fucking Food Network show.
Tony Storm in that Charlotte Hornets starter jacket.
Yeah. I'm telling you what. Yeah.
Looking like Salt and Pepper. Like, come on.
Doing the kid and play dance. Remember that from House Party? Doing the kick and everything.
Oh my God.
The best. But yeah, so that was Dynamite. But again, I think the best thing, Tim, as we wrap up here, the absolute best thing about 2026.
Oh, okay.
And we're going into January and the rest. The absolute best is that I'm wearing a Willow shirt. And what are you wearing? Ah, look at that. Isn't it the best? It's beautiful. It's the best thing on Tim. I like me.
All right. Well, I guess check out AllEliteWrapup.com for all the links you'll need between now and then. And then other than that,
I will see you next week, dumbass.